All right, so real quick, just going to take a second, and big props to my guys at Volunteer Welding Supply. If you are in the Middle Tennessee area and you have a manufacturing business, a healthcare business, they should be your go-to source for oxygen, liquid nitrogen, acetylenes, argon gases, and things like that. They've got a location in Tullahoma. As many of you know, I own a fabrication business out of Tullahoma, and so that's who I get all my consumables from: wire, argon gases, any of the little toolings that need to be replaced, I go to them. They've also got their primary location in Nashville, Tennessee, and recently have opened 2 new stores. One, I believe, is in Kimball, Tennessee. May be wrong on that. Might be up close to Cookville somewhere, Baxter, Tennessee, perhaps. And then the other is going to be in Dixon, Tennessee, which is a little bit, you know, west of Nashville, of course. So again, if you're in the market for those items, definitely reach out to those folks. They've always taken care of me, and I'm sure they will take care of you as well. You'll drop off of both at the same time right there. drowned it out by the exhaust, which is what mine's going to be probably. 3 XC450s. We probably put, nonetheless, today we kind of wanted to do something a little different and do a couple little technical sections and just kind of compare the tires. Matt, of course, is running the Sedona Trail Saw.
Yes, sir.
What size?
35, 10, 15. 35-inch
Sedona Trail Saw. Of course, I've got the Turbo R. Matt, obviously, in the Turbo R. I'm in the Turbo R Polaris, running a 35-inch System 3 XC450. So kind of a comparable tire as far as tread pattern and stuff goes.
Yeah, not the most aggressive.
Yeah, they're trail tires for sure. Yeah, not quite as aggressive as a tread as the 370. So both of us have come from 370s. I had 370s on our turbo.
I had on this machine.
You had 370s prior. What are your thoughts going from a 370 to this?
I would say the 370s definitely bite better on stuff like that hill.
So the loose gravel,
I think
loose
they're unbeatable
rocks.
on loose gravel.
Yeah, sure.
I think, and if it's a little sloppy, you're doing sloppy hill killing, I think the 370s are probably unbeatable. They're heavy.
Yeah.
So you get the front end bouncing, you might break some parts.
Yeah.
But I love these.
In my opinion, that's the only downside. Now, I do hear a ton of people online complaining about the sidewalls. I put 1,000 miles on a set. How many miles do you put on yours?
I put
hundreds and hundreds.
420,
yeah.
420 on mine.
We've got several other people in our crew that are running 370s. Nobody's had any issues.
I can't count the amount of times we get back from a ride. There'd be scrapes all around. We never had any sidewall.
I think a lot of it's pinch flats. People just hitting stuff a little too fast at too low a pressure in their tire, and they're pinching the sidewall. And that's going to be across the board with anything, really. The 370 being an 8-ply, maybe it's a little more susceptible. I don't know.
I mean, most of the tires are all 8-plies though.
Most tires, yeah, most tires are
10-ply. I'm trying to think. The Gladiators are 10-ply, but I mean, you're going to be spinning on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but they were like stiff as a board. You couldn't get any sidewall flex out of those Gladiators. So Ron was running on his previous machine. He had a set of Gladiators, and he always bragged about, oh man, it just feels so stable in the turns.
What's Ron running right now?
Yeah, but that's useless on the trails.
Yeah.
So he's running 370s now.
I will give him credit. Those things went up a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah.
But he also credits them to his flip and getting stuck at Franklin Forest.
This is true. This is true. It's a whole new animal in the Turbo S with the 370s thus far. As far as the 450s go, I'm going to say this. I had 370s before. Kind of what Matt said. If you're, especially in ruts, if you're in something that's washed out or rutted out, those 370s, the side bite is unbeatable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They want to claw and climb in the ruts and stuff like no other tire I've ever had.
4 or 5 different tires now, and I would say 370 is the most planted. Like when you're coming in and out of ruts, and it's soupy.
As far as performance, the 450s I feel like are very comparable to the 370, aside from the side bite that you're going to get in the looser stuff and the rutted stuff. It's a comparable compound. The tread design slightly different. They're not quite as knobby, not quite as deep, but nonetheless, it's comparable. So overall, I mean, what's your thoughts on these?
I'm surprised. I think they stick to rocks pretty well.
Yeah.
Like as an all-around tire, I really like them.
How many miles on these now?
Only probably like 50. I mean, we did a short ride here, and then we probably went 4 or 5 miles at Woolies.
Yeah.
But
I think we went like 87
miles.
Yeah.
And it was a fun 8 miles. But I like them a lot. I'm surprised actually how, I wouldn't say sticky. They're not sticky, but I'm surprised how well they
grip on the rocks. Yeah.
I will say, yeah, like I said, I mean, 370s are pretty much unbeatable in the soft stuff on hill climbs and stuff.
Right.
My one qualms with the 370 was mine. I'm pretty sure 2 of mine were out around. They rode horrible on the street.
On the road, they were awful.
Even on like paved or unpaved roads and really flat dirt trails, they rode like a wagon.
Yeah.
And these ride a lot better.
So if you go back, I actually did like an initial review on them. I did with my cell phone, I think, and then like a 1-year review, and that was my complaint with the 370s was we don't do much road riding. Today we've ridden probably really 25 miles and none of it was pavement. So it's not a huge thing, but that's one of those. There are a lot of people that do ride the back roads and stuff some. So if that was my complaint was they were horrible.
I mean,
it felt like you had a rock stuck in the side.
I had 2 on the front. I had to move them to the back because I could not ride down the street with them. Yeah. They were. You could look at them and visibly see them chunking up.
Same thing.
But no, they actually wore like iron for how knobby
Yeah. So, you know, a bit of a comparison today, but not really. I mean, obviously two completely different machines, two different drivers, but we've done the same terrain, you know, and trying to do some of the same stuff to kind of see what climbs and, you know, but I mean, like this, I think we both did about the same performance-wise coming up. I mean, it's loose, slick, you're gonna spin, you know. The little technical rock stuff we did earlier, we both crawled it about the same. So I mean, I feel like they're comparable. Tires, really, honestly, side by side, I can't say that I would.
I think it's more difference in machines than it is.
Like I said, the variations
really jumpy. Even with the clutch kit, but it's a lot better now.
And I'm still learning mine. I mean, like, I've had issues banging my trailing arms on everything, and so today I was kind of like, you know what? If they get dense, they just get dense. That's no big deal. But I've powered through some stuff. And one other thing with the Turbo R that I'm still figuring out is wheel speed. So with the lower gearing and low gear, it's like 35% reduction, I think. And then going to the 35s, it's a huge gearing difference coming from the XP Turbo with 32s. And at a certain RPM with it, I knew what wheel speed I had, and with this, the same RPM, they're just barely turning. So
I would agree. In your last machine,
it's a learning experience.
Everything. So yeah, you're definitely still learning.
It's a learning, but today it's been better. You know, I kind of decided not to just all out flat foot it, but it's
goose it.
A little more bump to it than I would have normally done, and it has done better today. So anyhow, I know that didn't solve any equations for world problems. No hunger's been resolved or anything like that. But
probably still have no idea what tires you want to buy.
We didn't help at all, did we? But we had fun trying. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, we greatly appreciate when you hit that like and subscribe button. So see you guys later.